Mysterious obelisk. There is a strange column standing on the high hill separating Borovno from Krushina among the fields. It is strange as it is unnaturally high, and there is nothing placed on its top. Once in the past, as old people say, there was a statue of a young man standing on the top of the column, but it was struck by a lightning, and since that time there is nothing on the column. People are afraid to go near the column at night, especially during full moon, as the man on the crazy horse appears on the road, galloping towards Borovno. However, whenever he crosses the line on the column, he turns and disappears in the night. A second later the cry of both man and woman can be heard. Why does the rider appear? Who cries then? Here is the explanation. At the beginning of the 17th century, a rich voivod of Sieradz, Kacper Denhof, settled down in Kruszyn. He had only one son, Otto, who changed his name to Joseph after converting to Catholicism. The owner of the small village Borovno was local minor aristocrat who had a beautiful daughter, Zofia. Young Denhof fell in love with Zofia, and the couple decided to get married. However, the father of Joseph stood up against the son's will, as he wanted him to marry the girl from a wealthy family. He tried several times to tell his son that his love was not appropriate, but all the arguments the father told his son were rejected by the young Joseph. Kacper Denhof didn't want his son to marry Zofia at all costs. That is why he decided to commit a crime. He paid heavily some local peasants, got them drunk with wine, and ordered them to burn down the wooden house in Borovno, but in such way so all the inhabitants died in the fire. Late at night peasants went to Borovno and set fire to the house from all sides, so not to let anybody escape the building. The house was immediately on fire. Young Denhof couldn't sleep at night. When he saw the fire glow over Borovno, he grabbed his shotgun, ran out of his palace, took his horse and went hastily to his village. But the fire was nearly extinguished, and his sweetheart was dead. The young man, all in distress, turned back to Kruszyn. However, he didn't come back home. He couldn't deal with his enormous grief and pain, and being in halfway home, he shot himself. His father mourned his son and regretted his terrible act. He decided to expiate it. He placed the column at the spot where his son died, and put the statue of him on the column. Then he raised a hermitage in Kruszyna's park that contained 4 wards joined by a brick wall. He left the place in the wall for only one small hole to get the foot through it. Some say that he lived there until he died, but others say that they saw a ghost of Denhof, which means that when he couldn't deal with his pain anymore, he killed himself.